Alright, I've been wanting to make this video for a while now because apparently this movie has been getting a lot of hate. I don't know why. I mean, we're entitled to our own opinions. I understand that. I mean, if you don't like this movie, that's fine. But to say it's the most fucking overrated movie is fucking ridiculous. I am sorry. That is just... That's whack. I mean, if you honestly think that The Dark Knight is the most overrated movie ever, how many fucking movies have you really watched throughout your lifetime? I mean, there are far more movies that are overrated as shit than The Dark Knight. I honestly don't think The Dark Knight belongs on the top 10 list. Now, granted, there are some problems with it, but in my opinion, The Dark Knight is so great that it's such a great movie that you really don't tend to think of the plot holes. You know, granted, there are some weird things in it, but it's not enough to make it bad. And just because there are some plot holes, people just like to nitpick. I was like, oh, no, well, there's a problem though. That movie's not great, or it sucks. You know, it's like, shut up, really. I mean, so I am here to defend The Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies of all time. That is right. And if you got a problem with that, anyway, The Dark Knight. I first saw it in at a drive-in theater, and I thought it was freaking great. I loved it. You know, I seen it again later on that week, and it was just as awesome. You know, I honestly think, and one thing that really gets to me, honestly, is people are saying that Heath Ledger as the Joker made that film, and the only reason why he made so much money was because of Heath Ledger's death. And the movie. Okay, and some people are saying that the movie was already being overrated before it went out. Okay, just because of Heath Ledger's death. The movie was already getting a tremendous amount of buzz before Heath Ledger's death. Do you honestly think Heath Ledger's death had anything to do with The Dark Knight being as successful as it was? It was going to be successful no matter what. It's tragic that those circumstances happen, you know. I mean, look, The Dark Knight Rises made more money than The Dark Knight, you know. So, see, I don't think it did anything. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is I don't think Heath Ledger's death had anything to do really with how much of a success The Dark Knight was. So and they think, oh, Heath Ledger is what made the Joker. Just made that movie. It's all the Joker. It's all the Joker. Have you really watched the movie? Seriously, I mean, what movie are you watching? Because the movie that I've seen, all the characters are relevant. It's just not the Joker. It's really three people, and everyone else is pretty real. It's Batman, the Joker, and Harvey Dent. It's mainly three guys. Those are the top three guys in this movie, but everybody else is relevant. Everyone else plays a part in this, you know. They're all relevant. Even the mobsters in this movie are relevant, you know. It's like everybody has a purpose in this movie, pretty much, you know. So there is like really no pointless characters at all. Maybe there's a couple, but other than that, I mean, Gordon's relevant, you know. Rachel Dawes is relevant. You know, all these people, you know, okay, I could have done without Gordon's wife, okay, but yeah, I guess she was kind of relevant too, but yeah, so yeah, basically what I'm saying is, you know, everybody was relevant, so it's just not the Joker, guys. It's real, yeah, granted, he stole the show, don't get me wrong, he stole the movie, but that doesn't mean Batman wasn't relevant, because Batman was really relevant, you know, he was still the focus of the movie, you know, and him trying to, fix Gotham. They were continuing the story from Batman Begins. That's what this movie is, you know, and that's why I love the Dark Knight trilogy so much, because it's all one big story. Fuck that bullshit that Doug Walker said that the Dark Knight Rises had nothing to do with the Dark Knight. I don't know what fucking movie he watched. I don't know, but they all connected. It's one big story. It's not like the other Batman franchise where it's Batman, now it's Batman Returns, and then now it's Batman Forever, and now it's Batman and Robin. You know, no. These movies all connected like a charm, you know. They all told a big story within a span of maybe, how many years? I mean, long periods of years, you know. But it's such great, in my opinion, these are the best Batman movies ever. I don't care what anyone says, you know. If you prefer the fantasy of the Tim Burton movies, good for you. But me, personally, I'm sticking with Chris Nolan's. Chris Nolan's films are by far the best Batman films, if you ask me, you know. And, so, and now, the point of this video is, I'm trying to think of this guy's name. He's apparently a critic. He likes to judge movies. I've talked to him a few times. I can't even think of his name right now. He made a top 10 list of his most overrated movies of all time, and The Dark Knight was number one. Here are his reasons why it's The Dark Knight is the most overrated movie. Because he didn't think it was as good as Batman Begins. Really? That's your reason? Just because it wasn't as good as Batman Begins? That's your main reason why? I'm sorry, that's a bullshit reason. We're all entitled to your opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions. I get that, but that is a wrong opinion. If you think Batman Begins is better, you're entitled to that. But don't be hating on The Dark Knight because you didn't think it was as good as the other one. That doesn't necessarily make the other one bad. You know, it's like, seriously, if you honestly think that The Dark Knight is the most overrated fucking movie ever, how many movies have you really watched? Seriously. I mean, the Twilight Saga. Seriously. The Avengers. You know, there are so many other movies that are overrated than The Dark Knight, and you're going. It just comes off as him hating the movie just because it is popular. I mean, not that I'm saying that he hates the movie, but seriously, just because you didn't think it was good as Batman Begins, that is your reason. That is your main reason why. Oh, and Batman Begins, he puts his as his top 10 most underrated films at number 3. I'm like, seriously, I think he's just really over exaggerating the shit out of these. Again, that's a wrong opinion. I don't think that's really legitimate at all. I mean, yeah, it may seem that way to him, but it's not. It's really not. How is Batman Begins underrated? I have seen many people saying that out of all 3 movies, that Batman Begins is their favorite one. Yes, I have seen one guy comment on it on YouTube. You know, I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube say that Batman Begins is still the best one, and hey, that's all good. You know, that's simply their opinion. And hey, Batman Begins was a great movie. It was. So don't be going on saying that Batman Begins is underrated. Again, how many movies have you watched? How many opinions have you actually gone out and seen? I mean, honestly, go out there a little more. I mean, if you honestly think that Batman Begins is that underrated. And as far as The Dark Knight being overrated goes, again, how many movies have you watched? Seriously. So, yeah, I just think that's a bullshit. Those are some bullshit reasons why. I mean, people just want to hate on this movie just because it's popular. When people are saying that The Dark Knight is overrated or crap like that, it just comes off as people just wanting to hate the movie just because it was so popular. It just really is that. That's what I feel, you know, because it's like The Dark Knight is really not that bad of a movie. And in fact, it's a great movie. I am not saying it's one of the greatest films ever. It may be one of my favorite films ever, but yeah, to put on the top 10 list of all-time favorite films like Citizen Kane or Casablanca and all that, yeah, I really don't see where The Dark Knight goes in that category. But yes, I honestly think The Dark Knight is one of the best movies that came out in recent years. I think all 3 Christopher Nolan Batman films are freaking awesome. You know, they're all fantastic movies. You know, I mean, do check them out. They're amazing. They're the best Batman movies that I've ever seen personally. So yeah, I just thought I'd come and make this video. It's like, you know, I just think people just want to hate on this movie just because of how popular it is, and I just think that's bullshit. You know, and to say it's the most overrated film of all time, yeah, whatever. No, it's far from overrated. You know, I mean, granted, there are some weird things, but it is so great that you tend not to think of the plot holes or the mistakes that it has, you know, because it's that great of a film. It really is. And it's more than just the Joker, guys. I mean, everybody is relevant in this movie, and the story is great. So, yes, this movie deserves any and all praise it deserves, in my view. So, I mean, if you didn't care for it, that's fine, but just don't be saying it's overrated because you think the other one was better, or you're just nitpicking just to see what's wrong with the movie. So yeah. Anyway, that's my argument. You know, Dark Knight is a great film, and yeah. That's all I gotta say. So everyone, have a good one, and later.